In the vast plains of what is now the United States, a baby boy was born into the Hunkpapa Lakota Sioux tribe. He was named Sitting Bull, and he would grow up to be one of the most famous Native American chiefs. From a young age, Sitting Bull was taught to hunt and fight. He was brave and wise, and he quickly showed that he was a natural leader. The Sioux people looked up to him, not just for his strength in battle, but for his wisdom and his deep connection to the spiritual world. As Sitting Bull grew older, life for the Sioux became more difficult. White settlers were moving into the Great Plains, and with them came soldiers. The Sioux's lands were threatened, and their way of life was at risk. Sitting Bull knew he had to stand up for his people. Sitting Bull became a chief and led his people in resistance against the U.S. government's policies. He encouraged his people to hold on to their traditions and not to give in to the pressures from the settlers and the government. One of the most famous battles that Sitting Bull was involved in was the Battle of Little Bighorn in 1876. Known as Custer's Last Stand, the battle was a big victory for the Sioux and their allies. They defeated the U.S. Army led by General George Custer. This victory made Sitting Bull a hero to his people, but also a target for the U.S. government. After the battle, life became even harder for the Sioux. Sitting Bull and his people were forced to move to reservations. For a while, Sitting Bull lived in Canada, hoping to find a peaceful place for his people. But eventually, he returned to the United States. Sitting Bull continued to speak out against the unfair treatment of his people. He traveled with Buffalo Bill's Wild West show for a time, using the opportunity to show the world the dignity and culture of the Sioux. Tragically, Sitting Bull's life came to an end when tensions rose around the ghost dance movement, a spiritual movement among Native Americans that the U.S. government feared. In 1890, while being arrested by Indian police on the reservation, a scuffle broke out and Sitting Bull was shot and killed. Sitting Bull's legacy lives on as a symbol of resistance and strength. He remains a hero to many for standing up for his people's rights and way of life. His story is a powerful reminder of the struggles faced by Native Americans and the importance of preserving their culture and heritage.